Halloween is the one time of year that I go over the top, and I love it. My wife, not so much. Each year, I challenge myself to make my own Halloween decoration. 2 years ago, I built the smoking cauldron. Last year, I built the rattling coffin. But this year, I wanted to step it up with a nuclear waste spewing skeleton. Let's get into it.
The first step, find a 55-gallon barrel. I don't have one, but I have two 25 gallons, so close enough.
I'd puke in that.
I have no idea what used to be in these barrels. Poly, tetra, fluoroethylene. It sounds toxic. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe. After bolting the barrels together, I need to put them through a TOS test. Perfect.
So to get my skeleton to throw up, I'm gonna need a way to get the water out of the bucket and out the mouth. So what I've seen from other people who've made puking skeletons before, they use a fountain pump. And I've got one right over here. Like, that's not too bad. So I'm gonna need a little bit more power. That is more power. Now, it doesn't take a whole lot of electrical knowledge to hook up 12 volts to a 12 volt motor. Why do I have this? Why do I have anything here? Alright, well, we're finally all wired up here, and it's actually a pretty simple setup. Hopefully it works. Oh, it works. Holy, did you see that hop? I had too much to drink. I'm going to vomit.
Back in the garage, it's time for some spooky plumbing. What makes it spooky? I don't know, it's October, shut up. Now there's a million ways that you could do this. I just happen to choose the hardest one.
So I have a 5-gallon bucket full of water here. I've got my battery. I've got my water pump. This is the inlet feed, which connects to the front of the bucket. And this is the outlet feed. I do have a valve on the front of this bucket. So once I open that and hit the switch here, hopefully we have a running water circuit. Worked better than I thought. Oh! I got puked on.
The goal for this project was to keep everything contained inside the barrels. That makes it easy to move and pretty easy to keep clean. Nobody wants dirty Halloween decorations. The battery, the pump, the water loop, it all works great. But now it's time to make it look spooky.
When you think of nuclear waste, you think green and glowing and scary, right? That's not water. So how do we make a bunch of glow-in-the-dark water? This is called tracer dye. Tracer dye is what plumbers use to help find leaks. Also, it's what they use in the rivers when they dye them green for St. Patrick's Day. The thing about tracing dye is that it is super UV reactive. Check it out. I have no measurement in here. This is just eyeballing. Go turn off the light. Yeah, that glows bright yellow. Yeah, I'm gonna call it yellow. It's not green, but hey, nuclear waste can be yellow too. Don't discriminate.
Now I'm a firm believer that your Halloween decorations should look as scary as they do in the daytime as they do in the nighttime. So that means it's time for painting. Now yes, I've made the joke, I went to art school, I didn't go to math school, but I did. I know how to paint, but I still can't do long division. But this isn't hard painting, this is weathering. It's actually the easiest form of painting you can do, because you really can't do it wrong. Just while you work, think happy clouds, happy trees, happy nuclear waste, and you'll be good. If you've watched my previous Halloween videos, you've seen me use this painting technique before. And there we have it, a nice rusty barrel.
So while I wait for the weathering paint to dry, I'm gonna focus on the nuclear symbol on the front. I gotta tell everybody it's nuclear waste, right? Or else it could be any glowing material.
Believe it or not, my yellow fluorescent spray paint was not UV reactive, so I went ahead and added some UV paint to it. As for how I made the slime, well, maybe you should go watch the Smoking Cauldron video. After this video. Do it after. Meet Dr. Steven Spews. He's a 5'9" posable skeleton straight from China. Now while yes, you can pose him, he can't support his own weight. So we're going to use reusable zip ties to attach him to the barrel.
There we go. I like to tell a story with my Halloween decorations. How did he get here? What is he doing? Where did he find all this nuclear waste? That's because he's a scientist skeleton, so he needs a lab coat. I would try to make this look threadbare, but I don't think there's actually any threads in this. I think this is just straight polyester. I want to figure out where exactly the hose is going to go. So I'm going to feed it up his spine. I feel like I should censor this.
Now that I've completed the skeleton colonoscopy, I have a hose running out of his mouth. I made a special hose attachment out of PVC to make the water look more spewy. Is that a word? Alright, well, he has a lab coat, but that doesn't make him a scientist, does it? He needs something more.
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
Oh, who's a good girl? Sit down. I'm brushing you because I love you, not because I want your hair.
I can't say I've ever given a skeleton a haircut, but here we are.
Well, I'm gonna head outside and get everything set up. But while I'm doing that, take a minute and leave a comment on what should I build next year. Because honestly, I'm kinda out of ideas. I had 3 of them and, well, this is the 3rd. So I'm relying on you to help me out next year.